to that this time around.
That is right, especially it's gonna be really micro intense when they got a similar build as we did saw last matchup. And here we're spawning in. This is game number 2 in our matchup. mouzMorroW against Damnosaurus. It's a TVT matchup. We're spawning on the map Steps of War. This is a best of 5 series, remember. And we see Damnosaurus spawning as the yellow Terran on the bottom left position. mouzMorroW as the red Terran in the top right position. Introducing myself, I'm blind casting this together with Breaky, famous caster from Honcast. I'm sorry if I screw you up there.
It's fine. It's fine. Breaky, CPK, whatever you want to call me. But yeah, I'm glad to be joining you blinds here on this casting. We definitely had a lot of fun so far in the semifinals, and this is our second semifinal series that we're going. So the winner of this, of course, moving on to the finals to play Chobo, the Protoss player that we saw. And definitely impressive play from him, but look at this. mouzMorroW, is he going to be going for early racks like we saw last time? Yes, he is. He's building the racks already just in front of the base, and that's great placement because if scouting comes out from Damnosaurus and a very typical scout, he will not look to the right. He'll just keep going to the left and will not be able to spot this barrack. So mouzMorroW, he's going for the cheese stall strategy as we saw last time. Will he spot it is the question. Oh, he looks like he will, though. He goes to the expansion. He sees that barracks going up now, and Damnosaurus is going to react to this. He's putting his SCV on mouzMorrow's SCV, trying to get some damage onto him, maybe even take him out before he finishes. But now this is definitely got to put Damnosaurus in panic mode. He already has a supply depot out, but he needs to get his barracks up as soon as possible. Just because he spotted it does not mean he can be able to react, or he's going to be able to react to it with what he has.
That is right. The barracks did finish though, and the SCV can run away. So there is a marine in production. And I'm curious what Damnosaurus is gonna be. He might need to put up a bunker close to his mineral line or at the ramp. Here comes the bunker at the mineral line, but it's from mouzMorroW. So mouzMorroW is still SCV. He's sent in the second SCV. So really wants to go for this early attack here. Queuing up more marines here, trying to set up this bunker. And Damnosaurus, he really has to try to take down those SCVs.
It's forcing Damnosaurus to build a second racks right away without even going for a refinery anything. So here comes the Marine trying to put some damage into this barracks. You see another bunker being built behind, and he's giving himself options with this bunker. It's one in front of the other. He's trying to pick off a couple of SCVs now as the first barracks has finished. You see Damnosaurus sending out the SCVs, trying to take off. He's blocking his own SCVs though, and he's not able to take out this Marine. As a result, the Marine gets one SCV down. Here comes a second Marine from mouzMorroW. Oh man, Damnosaurus has to be so pissed off right now. I know I would be. A Marine finally comes out, but a great job by mouzMorroW picking it off as soon as it spawned. And now he's going to fall back to... How is this one Marine still alive? Unbelievable. Down to 2 life right now, but now he's putting damage into this first racks. He's going to go back to the SCVs, cause it. Look at, he's using his own choke point right here as well to his advantage. But here we go, Damnosaurus coming from the back end, but another bunker going up though. mouzMorroW, the microing is just unbelievable right now. He's doing such a good job of keeping his Marines alive. He picks off one SCV, falling back to the bunker now, and forcing Damnosaurus to fall back himself, of course. You now see a bunker going up for Damnosaurus next to its racks. But mouzMorroW is just keeping the pressure coming from this one racks. You look back at his base. He's also building a refinery now, second supply depot now, just in case he needs to recover from this or just to build up his own army for the eventual after battle. But Damnosaurus is already so far behind now.
This is really some amazing microplay by those Marines, keeping all of them alive with like 5 hit points each. This is incredible. He can use every inch of the battlefield for his own favorite here to keep himself here in the lead. So he's moving back now. Maybe, yeah, he's salvaging the bunkers. He sees it's not gonna help him. Oh no, he's loading up this bunker to help defend. 2 Marines going down by Damnosaurus. A huge blunder here in this kind where every Marines does count actually. There's still one SCV running around in the mineral line trying to get a little bit more scouting info. This is really fun. And still 4 Marines here, no, 5 Marines by mouzMorroW, keeping up the pressure.
Yeah, and this SCV just went all the way around Damnosaurus' base and did not die somehow. I mean, it just literally scattered the whole base while all that was going on, and just ended up walking out just fine, like taking a stroll in the freaking park. With very little harassment. So mouzMorroW, again, just his microing is very superb, really as expected, and he's keeping the pressure up on Damnosaurus. I mean, Damnosaurus, he's fine though in the sense that by no means is the game over yet. Obviously, he's playing this not the exact way, like perfect by any means, but he's definitely playing it well enough to be able to recover from this. But again, the frustration has to be kicking in. This is more of a mental game than anything right now. But Damnosaurus is keeping the Marines pumped out. You see him with the SCVs in his army now as well. Here's that first Marauder, and that should be able to help him turn the tides a little bit with that, obviously, but he still has that bunker to worry about. But again, in the meantime, mouzMorroW building up his factory already. He has 2 refineries up, and he's just going to keep playing like it's a normal game for him now. as if he was just doing his very basic strategy just a little bit later, of course, but because of the pressure he's able to put on early on Damnosaurus, he's definitely going to be able to react to it very, very nicely. No sign of factory yet whatsoever from Damnosaurus. He's now building a second refinery on top of what he has, but mouzMorroW is keeping Damnosaurus pretty much in his base. There's going to be no sign of an early expansion for him, of course. I don't know if mouzMorroW plans to do that, but he's now building a second Rax in his base right here. And yeah, so not ending maybe as fast as people expected because of the strategy, but it is causing a lot of issues once again for Damnosaurus, but he's building up a big enough army that he should be able to overrun it eventually.
That is right, and I think he's getting siege tanks right now, and siege tech also upgrading it, so this could help him boost on his pressure. That's why he's not moving back. He keeps this bunker alive, still a Marines there, but now he sees a big army here. I'm not quite sure if he can hold it still. He's salvaging the bunker, so he's pulling back, waiting for the siege tanks to back up to put even more pressure.
Yeah, he's got his first tank already out. Siege mode is just about finished being learning, another 20 seconds or so, and he will have that. And again, that's giving him the advantage because of the early pressure he put on in terms of teching. And the factory just finished now for Damnosaurus, so he'll be able to get that tech lab up and get his siege tanks, getting them going as soon as possible. We see the scan going out on mouzMorrow's base, but you already see him putting up a wall at his base, a couple of supply depots, and a bunker there as well. And a siege mode has been finished for mouzMorrow, and he now has that high ground advantage in case a counterattack is set up from Damnosaurus. So Damnosaurus right now, this is going to be a game of just building up each other's armies and going to what we really expected from the beginning. But that pressure early on again from mouzMorrow really setting Damnosaurus from behind, and he's going to need to have some phenomenal play to really come back from this. So mouzMorrow, you know, he has a second siege tank out, a third one coming out right now. He has 2 barracks, so the second one just landing right there. Sign of a starport or anything just yet. He's actually getting a command center out, and he's going to go for an expansion now. As Damnosaurus, he is just getting out of siege tanks and learning siege mode himself. So again, it just seems like Damnosaurus is now a step behind of mouzMorrow. Although he does have Marauders compared to mouzMorrow's army, that's definitely a little bit good for him. But obviously the siege tanks, if you have in siege mode already, definitely more of an advantage for mouzMorrow.
That is right, so there's still a little bit here in the lead mouzMorrow, and he's trying to grab his expansion. So once this is kicking in, he's getting the minerals from it by saturating it. He can secure even more the lead. He's moving out a little bit with his siege tanks, still quite even here. We have the Marauders in the mix, as you mentioned. Checking, they have stim, so they can stim and snipe those tanks when they're not sieged. So if they're getting caught in a bad position here while not being in a siege mode, here he comes. He is sieging up mouzMorrow. He is trying to put in the containment here on this ramp, so just trying to make sure he's not being able to expand at any time, and as the game processes, he will be in the secure lead here since he has his expansion getting saturated really soon.
Yeah, look at this. You also see him getting a missile turret out. It's like he's just building a secondary base right here, pretty much. He is also building a bunker now, a second turret going up, and he's just going to try to collapse on Damnosaurus right here, pretty much make him go all or nothing, because he is not allowing him to get any sign of an expansion whatsoever with the pressure he's putting on, at least at his natural expansion right here, with the pressure he's putting on. So here comes a factory to scout things out for Damnosaurus, trying to give himself vision for the siege tanks eventually. He has one down, and another one is here as well, so he will have 2. He has the high ground advantage in this sense, but mouzMorrow is doing a very good job of just staying out of range. I mean, look at where he built that bunker. It's literally just outside the circle range of the siege tank right here. This other one, it might be able to see it. Yes, it will. It's just in range of this other siege tank, however. So he's going to start applying some pressure onto it, but you see him getting rid of the bunker right there, and he's going to get the money back for it, of course. So mouzMorrow has Damnosaurus completely trapped in. That's the strategy he was going for. He also has a sensor tower now built up, so of course he can see all these units. Here comes the scan as well, giving vision for his siege tanks, taking out a couple of units right there from the siege tanks, and Damnosaurus is just so frustrating because if he steps on his ramp right here, obviously the siege tanks are just going to start pounding on him. He says one siege tank up right here. He does not have vision just yet, but there we go with the vision using the ramp.
He's pushing out
that one siege tank. And now he's pushing out with the sim, trying to make something happen, but Damnosaurus is just not enough. And we could very likely see a GG. In fact, we do, and that is going to do it. So mouzMorrow is now up 2 games to nothing, just like that.